Sato-san? It wasn't one of the great detectives I've been hearing so much about, was it? Well, the stories are full of Mr. Sholmes' brilliant deductions, you know. But that did seem a bit different somehow. So many questions. Excuse me, Mr. Sholmes, could you come here a moment? Pray, what can I do for you? It's about your deductions. Would you mind? Not at all, go on. Well, to start with, there's the newspaper article. I think we had the same discussion before, but... these two men look nothing like each other. Ah, yes, I recall a discussion earlier, and at the time, I believe I told you that the man is a revolutionary, well able to revolutionize his own appearance. In fairness to Mr. Sholmes, Mr. Roylott does look a lot more like this man than you do. It's not the point. Another thing, the part about him abducting the ballerina. Indeed, a truly startling revelation. At first glance, the case would appear too small to accommodate a young woman. Just at first glance, it is too small, clearly. You've been lucky to fit a 5-year-old in that case, even if you push really hard. Do not do that. I don't suppose the missing ballerina is a 5-year-old child, is she? You mean you don't know? No, the young lady is 15. No, I didn't know. How could I? She's the record yet. What do I legit want to say? No. Okay, never mind. We cannot confirm. Well, if she's 15, then 10 years worth of her would be poking out of this case. Some years ago, I read something pertinent, I believe. A troop of men consuming vinegar daily in order to promote a certain aliveness in their bodies. Vinegar. For such a sour bunch, it would be simplicity itself to contort oneself into the confines of that small case. Oh dear, you might be thinking of contortionists in the circus, Mr. Sholmes. Oh, this whole thing is turning into a circus. Mr. Naruhodo, something's occurred to me about Mr. Sholmes' deductions just now. I think his powers of observation are, well, magical. His eyes cut to the heart of a matter almost instantly. It's just, when he directs his attention as a logic, it seems a little off. Your idea of a little may be a little off itself, Mr. Sato. It's just one or two key words in his deductions that seem to let him down. So I was wondering if we might perhaps tactfully switch them for alternatives. What do you think? Switch some keywords in his deductions. Yes, but very tactfully. I feel sure that if we do that, we could, we'd unlock the true genius of Mr. Sholmes' great deduction. Precisely the thought that was going through my own mind. This man is a lot of work. At times I wonder how anyone puts up with me. Not that funny. And you, my good fellow. Sorry. Take a moment to look at your wrists. My wrists? Take the shackles off my hands so I can dance. I just wanna praise you. I just wanna praise you. Wow, where are your handcuffs? Huh? How did... I felt they may hinder your ability to follow me in a dance of deduction. I don't believe it. I'm free. Mr. Sholmes, you are a marvel. And don't worry, I shall restore the shackles to your wrists when we are finished. I'm not worried. In fact, I'd rather stay like this. Seriously. So, let us begin. Sherlock Holmes is proud to present his logic and reasoning spectacular. Course correction. Hold it, Mr. Sholmes. Ooh. I'm not sure. Do you really use shears like that to cut off a beard? Doubt that's something I'll ever have to worry about. Doesn't sit quite right with me, though. Doesn't seem to be sitting quite right with Mr. Roylott either. Which means, I suppose, that the deduction is wrong. Let's try to switch a key word here, Mr. Naruhodo-san. See if it helps matters. Alright. But how? I think we should start by taking a long, hard look at Mr. Roylott. I wonder if it's really his beard that he intended to use those shears on. Exactly. If we do manage to find something that seems to fit the sense of Mr. Sholmes' deduction better, then what? Then I'll leave the rest in your capable hands, Naruhodo-san. Why am I the one to do something about this? I'm always the one. It's always me, because I'm the great ace attorney. Well, anyway, let's see if there's anything we can even use to switch around in that last sentence. What exactly was Mr. Roylott really going to use those enormous shears for? Long, hard look. Well, I saw something poking. Some pixel. Ah, yes, you see that. What is this now? Oh, no, wait. I can't picture. Good heavens. Oh, it's inverted. Sheesh. What is this now? What's this? It looks like a cascade of stunning golden locks. The colour's not the point. The point is, what's it doing on the back of Mr. Roylott's head? And how come we didn't notice it earlier? Did we really not see the back of this person at all? And how is it growing out from underneath his thick black hair? You know, I can imagine this becoming a trend. Well, yes, that's true. So it's stunningly beautiful and stunningly surprising. Something's definitely not right here. Shall we point it out?
Yes!
Oh! You were on the verge of using the shears to cut away the golden locks you sport. Indeed! You have identified the precise detail I was intending to expose, but I didn't do it the first time. Because I'm making you do all the work. Such lush golden hair certainly does not befit an old man. You're not a man at all, you're a woman, judging from the length and sheen of your hair. One still very much in the youth. Oh no, guys can have long hair too. Oh no. If only I had managed to cut off my hair, no one would have suspected. Oh, it looks like we hit the nail on the head though. The question then begged is this. Why would you desire to rid yourself of those magnificent locks? Once again, the answer is plain. We have clear evidence to shed light on the matter. I'm sure it needs no further clarification. The evidence that reveals your true identity is the article about the revolutionary. It seems unrelated now. Well, that was a shock. I had no idea that old man was really a young woman in disguise. Did you? Wrong person, but it still stands, right? I'm pretty sure neither of them had any idea. Anyway, I'm rambling. You're right. What? Why are you staring at me like that? Yes, it was a surprise. Naruhodo-san. You're enjoying this, aren't you? Enjoying this, I see you. Sorry? You look like you're in your element as you dance around the room deducing facts with Mr. Jones. Look at you. I'm just doing what we agreed. I'm not having fun or anything. Baka! This is strictly business. Yes, I understand. Say no more. Well, anyway, let's focus on this next part of Mr. Jones' deduction, shall we? The evidence that he's picked out doesn't fit the facts at all now. No, that's true, given that Mr. Roylott is actually a woman. Exactly. He, or rather she, can't possibly be this merciless revolutionary. I suppose it's because the deduction as a whole has taken a different direction now. Yes! Let's switch the evidence for something else. Something that fits the facts as we now understand them. For some reason, this woman needed to try to hide her true identity. I feel as though I've either read or heard about a young woman in a situation like that recently. Alright, I'll do my best. Okay, no, I don't want to faff around. This looks relevant.
Yes.
The evidence that reveals your true identity is, of course, the article about the ballerina. That's right, you've hit the nail on the head. Renowned prima ballerina of the Novovich Ballet disappears from Shanghai. It would appear that we are finally able to address you by your true name. Yes, because your true identity is that of the Novovich Ballet's prima ballerina. Miss Nikolina Pavlova. Ah! Oh, careful. A weight off your shoulders, isn't it? You're right. My real name is Nikolina Pavlova. But please, I beg you, don't tell anyone. Conclusion, a ballerina on the run. Now, as for my second conclusion. Oh yeah, where's that gonna go? You are at this very moment on the brink of committing a most grievous crime. Does that still stand now? And the proof of this crime? Over there. Oh yes, Miss Pavlova. Taken unawares, people have a propensity to let their eyes stray, you see. I assure you, the eyes speak much more eloquently and honestly than the mouth. The answer we seek lies where the furtive glance falls. The proof of your crime sits before our very eyes. Yes, that travelling case. This woman is the ballerina. She's right in front of her eyes. So clearly she can't be inside that travelling case as well. No, that's right. It seems she wasn't abducted at all. In which case, what is the crime this young woman is apparently committing? I see. I'm going to have to step in and fix the great detective's mistake yet again. You seem to look pleased, Naruhodo-san. Do you like the idea of having another chance to dance around with Mr. Jones? Stop it. It's not like that. Anyway, there must be something else here that shows what this woman is up to. What's this? Wow, look at this dazzling tiara. I've never seen anything like it. Are those real diamonds, do you think? Oh, not a Hodel-san, try it out. Me? What, me? Isn't it usually girls who wear tiaras? Wouldn't you like to try it on? No, I couldn't possibly. It's far too beautiful. And I'm beautiful, huh? Oh, I know, I'm pretty glorious. Why does this tiara look familiar? I feel like I've seen it somewhere recently. Yes, recently. The proof of your crime is surely this tiara. Ah! I believe this tiara is worn on stage by dancers in the Novovich Ballet, is it not? Indeed, it would appear to be identical to the tiara pictured here in this newspaper article. And if the reporting is to be believed, it is an item worth 20,000 rubles. In summary, the crime you have committed is theft. Oh no. Yes, you left your ballet troupe unlawfully taking their precious tiara with you. Ah! I have no one, no family, no friends. I'm all alone, and I need money. They did not steal the tiara. It was a present from, how do you say, Prasha. It belongs to me. This girl was only 15 years old. She's run away all by herself. She must have been extremely lonely. Alright, I will tell you everything. There's no point to hiding it now. Come, let us not be hasty. What? There remains one unsolved mystery about you. Mystery? What do you mean? You have staunchly refused to open this travelling case of yours in our presence. It is reasonable to conclude, therefore, that there exists some reason why you wished it to remain closed. Is that not so, Miss Pavlova? My dear girl, there is no sense in playing games with me. Nothing escapes my attention. Indeed, I have a very good idea of the contents of your case, even before I ever laid eyes on them. Dear me. We're not well suited to a life of crime, are we? Your careless coup d'oeil betrays you. Once again, we need only follow your furtive glance to find the answer. Yes, the reason why you refuse to open your case is written in the books on the shelf. Ah. It's completely changed tack with us in deduction now. I think Mr. Sholmes is adapting his logic to the changing circumstances, don't you? Maybe, but why has he suddenly brought the bookshelf into all this? It's just a wild guess, surely. Oh, do you think so? Well, it doesn't seem likely that the reason why this young woman doesn't want to open her case would have been written in a book that doesn't even belong to her. Yeah, that's true, but still. Miss Pavlova certainly did cast her eyes in that direction. I noticed it myself. And there has to be another reason why she won't open her case. And it must be somewhere in the same area. That's where her gaze was involuntarily drawn. I agree. That's the only answer. Whatever she has hidden inside that case should be revealed by following her gaze in the direction of the bookcase. These are the rules of passage for travel aboard the SS Burial. Are they the same as ours? Passengers must not keep weapons or other dangerous objects in their cabins. Pets are also strictly forbidden. It was exactly the same notice in our cabin too. I wonder what happens if you break the rules. dear, I'm sure the punishment would be severe, Naruhodo-san. You'd probably be left to drift in the freezing cold ocean, shut inside a tiny wardrobe for days on end. So I've actually been serving time for weeks now, have I? This is a charming little picture, isn't it? It's just blobs. What is it? Someone climbing a steep mountainside? Or descending one, it seems to me. Am I missing something here? When you've been on the flat sea for a while, maybe you start seeing hills and mountains and everything. Ah, that's probably what's... Climb every mountain, ford every stream, follow every rainbow, till you find your dream. Well, if Miss Pavlova was actually glancing over the door here instead of the bookcase, that would suggest a desire to run away from this cabin. Maybe. The reason why you refuse to open your case is written in the books on the shelves. It was moving, so perhaps you had an animal with you. Pet. Yes, the reason why you refuse to open your case is written in the rules of passage. Passengers must not keep weapons or other dangerous objects in their cabins. Pets are also strictly forbidden. Inside that case of yours is something forbidden from carriage on this vessel. This is the real reason why you refuse to open it, thus revealing its contents. As we've seen, the trunk wobbles from time to time. But no weapon or other dangerous item would move on its own accord. Which leaves but one possibility, Miss Pavlova. Inside your travelling case! Is the last item listed and is forbidden in the vessel's rule of passage a pet? Possession of a prohibited animal. Solved! Deduction complete. Elementary. So clearly, you aren't who you said you were. No, I'm not Grimsby Roylott. My real name is Nikolina Pavlova. Everything you said was correct. You absconded during one of your ballet company's performances in order to escape your homeland. Later that same night, you stole aboard this vessel. It couldn't have been easy. The Bordia is a huge steamship with a vast crew. Would you really have snuck on board without being noticed? In order to obscure your true identity, you somewhat recklessly took the guise of an old gentleman. You intended to sever all links with your past by severing your long hair. Yet to a woman, here is no trifling matter. My personal recommendation is to leave well alone. So, if it was just you, about to cut off your own hair, who was it that let out the scream we heard from outside the cabin? That veritable tinkling of a bell? Why, none other than this young lady, naturally. Like a full set of pipes, if you ask me. She She sings and she dances, huh?
I was so scared when I ran away in Shanghai. I was sure they would come looking for me. That's why I decided to, how do you say, disgust myself, so no one would recognize me.
As a result, you transformed yourself into that questionable old man.
I see. Put on the fur hat and fake beard just before you came in here. I saw in the newspaper. Right on the page, there was a picture of me. I was so frightened, I couldn't stop from screaming. I knew that if I didn't change my appearances completely, they would find me. So I decided to cut all my hair as fastly as possible. I picked up the scissors in my hand and...
The precise moment you walked in through the annoyingly unlocked cabin door. Things happen like that sometimes, don't they? Things do indeed happen like that, from time to time. Are those two even talking about the same thing? There's just one more thing I'd like to know. What exactly do you have inside your traveling case?
You were right. This is my dear friend inside. My only friend in the whole world.
Creepy. I mean, if we're considering it human anyway. Well, I'm guessing it's not. We just established it was a pet. Oh, I don't know, Sasota was poking at us for being a pet.
Please, don't tell anyone. If the captain finds out, if you say to any of the crew.
Your secret is safe with us, I assure you. But in return, you must tell us, in as much detail as you can muster, about the events of last night. Seriously, it's been an eventful morning. I haven't got any sleep.
Yes, alright. I will tell you.
Well, Mr. Naruhodo, wasn't it something? Mr. Sholmes' great deduction? It's certainly something, yes. Just not entirely sure what. At least Miss Pavlova has agreed to tell us what she knows. That's incredible. Indeed, it is incredible. And one more thing. Yes? What? Observe your wrists. Oh, for crying out loud, no!
Your hands are cuffed again.
They sure are. What? But how? Why? True to my word, I have restored your shackles. And why? This is ridiculous. There's still a shadow of guilt cast over you, Mr. Naruhodo. Sorry to say, can't be helped at the moment. Can it really? Anyway, let's listen to what Miss Pavlova has to say. I can't go on not knowing. Me neither. I have to find out what this speckled band that Kazuma-sama wrote about in his diary really was. You will talk. Do you know anything? You were here, weren't you? Did you know that someone was killed in the next door cabin to this one last night? One of the crewmen told me this morning when I was eating breakfast. The man who died, he was a friend of mine. That's why we're trying to find out what happened. Did you notice anything unusual last night? Perhaps you heard a strange noise, for example? Perhaps people talking? Perhaps the ship was absorbed in a wild tempest? Perhaps the steam engine exploded? Perhaps everyone on board would have noticed if that had happened. Sir? Miss Pavlova? Is there anything you can tell us?
I don't know. I'm sorry. All I could think about last night was what I'd done, whether they would find me. I didn't notice anything that was happening around me.
Oh, I see. You've run away from your ballet company, haven't you? The Novovich Ballet?
Yes. I'm traveling to Great Britain. And from there, I want to go to America. I'll never dance again. I want to forget everything about the ballet. I'll start a new life.
You wish to forget? Challenging proposition when you have that striking tiara as a reminder.
But the tiara is mine. I need it to live. I have no money of my own. The Novovich Ballet gives us only a little food and water. There's dance all over the world. I had to run away. I had no choice. The state would have killed me.
So you ran away to protect yourself?
Yes, and the crew of the ship have all been kind to me. They let me come on board, and they said I could hide in this cabin.
If that is indeed the truth, Miss Pavlova, it creates a most intriguing conundrum.
Yes, it does.
What do you think about it, Mr. Naruhodo? Me? Well, yes, of course. I think we should hear Miss Pavlova's explanation. To what conundrum, I'm not sure, but... Miss Pavlova, allow me to pose you a riddle. According to this newspaper, it was only yesterday that you absconded from the ballet. Now, that being the case, it must have been last night that you boarded this vessel. However, there's this Buria stopped by no port last night. That's it, of course! So how is it, pray, that you came to be aboard? Now that I think about it, the crewman outside the cabin acted very strangely when we mentioned that. It's just after we asked him about when the occupant of this cabin came aboard. That is not your business. I mean, it really isn't, but I guess for this case it might be relevant. It's not immediate to me. Yes, you're right. It did seem to be hiding something. Well, that I can agree. I don't know what.
An angel descended from the heavens, bringing grace and beauty to the stage.
Sorry, what was that?
It is how the Russian newspapers describe one of my performances. And that is how I came here too. I descended from the heavens, because I am an angel.
Considering English isn't your mother tongue, your description is very vivid. Mr. Shams once said, I never can resist a touch of the dramatic. Seems Miss Pavlova is the same. A genius descended from the heavens, bringing grace and beauty to detection. Words once said about myself. quote from a wonderfully extravagant advertisement for the adventures of Sherlock Holmes, in fact. Yes, Mr. Showy. Anyway, it doesn't look like Miss Pavlova is going to tell us what really happened. So the friend you mentioned is inside your travelling case, is that right? Don't think animals are allowed on board according to the rules of passage. Please, don't tell any of the crew that they found my precious. And the burly Russians would bestir themselves in unison to throw you and your case aboard, no doubt. Overboard. Ah! So reassuring, Mr. Sholmes. Good job. Just fantastic. But what sort of pet is your friend? A little puppy? It is, isn't it? She hasn't confirmed anything yet. Nope. Maybe an adorable little rabbit? No. Ha! You credit Russia as a land with small rabbits, do you? Rabbits. Not frogs. Don't they have small rabbits there then? You may well ask. I have no idea! You two are miserable bunglers when it comes to understanding the nature of young ballerina's friends. Isn't it obvious? It must be a chicken! Really? Consider the benefits. A rousing wake-up call. Daily fresh eggs. Dude, eating her babies? And when adversity strikes, it could satisfy the needs of sustenance. So you'd eat your friends. I'll remember that. Duly noted. Okay, so it's not a chicken either. Thank goodness. Well, it would appear this friend's identity is a closely guarded secret not to be revealed. Ah ha 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 ha. She obviously doesn't quite trust us yet. Something I should like to show her, I think. Maybe she might be able to shed some light on it. Let's see. Ah, yes. Do you know anything about speckled band? Or whistling sound? This is the diary of my friend who passed away. His diary? Yes, and he wrote in it last night before he died. Something a little unusual. It reads, 1:23 a.m. I can hear a faint whistling sound. And then a few minutes later, 1:35 a.m. It looks like some sort of speckled band is dangling from the ventilator grill. Speckled band? I don't understand. Oh, you've got bars. Strange, isn't it? But the ventilator he mentions joins to this cabin, you see. It's up there on the wall. In other words, this cabin and the victim's cabin are connected together. Huh. Miss Pavlova? Has something occurred to you? Does the speckled band the victim mentioned mean something to you? Or the whistling sound, perhaps? No. I don't know anything. Oh. Door's open, bro. Or whoever it is, anyway. Excuse me, Mr. Roylott? Yes, what? Oh, she's fast. Captain would like to speak with you. You must come to Captain's quarters at once, please. Alright, I'll come now. What? Thus leave, now. I swear my voice keeps changing for this, persona, but whatever. Oh no, it's fine, don't mind us. Yes, please don't worry yourself, Mr. Roylott. Get out! The passenger said out, or do you want me to throw you out? Oh, looks like we'll have to leave investigating this cabin until later. What a pity. And so we lost our chance. Having still not managed to investigate Miss Pavlova's cabin, we were unceremoniously chased out. That is to say, we were quite literally picked up and thrown into the passageway outside. And it hurt.